Oh, well. Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing out there? Hey, I want to know. Let me check this out. Let's see what it sounds like with the headphones. See if it sounds any different. Does it get plugged into the mic input out? A microphone has a head uh, headphone input. So I guess you can hear what you're recording. I mean, it's actually literally what you're hearing being recorded. So yeah, it's like a monitor, yeah. For the microphone. Let's see. Oh, hang on. I remember. I put this extension on here. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Well, here we are moving on, as you say. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, it does. It picks it up. Oh, it's so good. It's good. Sounding picking up on this. Is that higher or is that higher? That's higher. That's lower. Lower. Higher. Higher. Oh, I guess it's not probably. Higher. Yeah, okay. No, I can hear it. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Sounds good. Alright, that actually sounds pretty good. So, anyway, apologize for the bare skinless appearance. Skin appearance. I'm putting things together, and I finally came across our red light therapy portable thing. An Amazon acquisition. And, I was actually originally trying to deal with eye issue before I had this dislocated shoulder, so I was trying it for that. And I don't know if it made a difference or not, but yeah, as it turns out, I've been diagnosed with cataracts, and so they're just going to surgically correct them, and then that won't be an issue anymore, I guess. They put the artificial lens in, yeah, which will be good. I guess it corrects your vision, just to whatever view you want to see, far off or up close, and then you adjust with the other with glasses or something. Yeah, so I'll just do the nor far, and I just, probably adapt to maybe reading glasses or something. Minimize the amount of time I have to wear glasses. Yeah, so I'm probably between here and the monitor. I probably can do without. I'd probably do okay. I don't know, and I think your body would, your brain would adjust for that. It's almost like a built-in digital look. It's weird how it can work like that. It's still very dependent on the preciseness of your correct opticals for your eyes, but it can make up for distortions and fuzzy things that make it, like in my cataract. It's just like a little, like might be if you're wearing glasses, it'd be just a little smudge on the lens or something. Yeah, so, and you just kind of literally look through it, and it's kind of, because there's been some times when for some real close to fine, it's my right eye worked actually better on me, because there's like a lower quadrant of that vision that I can see through, so the smears within the right eye, but it doesn't cover the whole eye, it's just one spot on it. And you kind of look through it, work around it. So yeah, but I guess to prevent, or to avoid the obvious consequence is, this gets, you'll go blind in that eye. The whole lens will become that way. So you won't be able to see anything. You'll get a smudge or, maybe light or something. I'm not sure what that even be, but, and, so I think, I think insurance will cover most of it. I think I'm going to end up costing probably about $1,000. That's co-pays and stuff they do. Yeah, that's the way it is. But hey, that's better than, the problem with the billed surgical hours and procedures. It's in the thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even want to speculate this. Yeah, who knows how the pricing thing, how competitive that market is. I mean, it's purposely kept uncompetitive, so to protect these high prices. Oh, it's kind of like a union. The conservative right believe in unions. Yeah, it's a kind of a union. I mean, well, yeah, I can understand to a certain extent too. It's like you don't want to open it up to competitive forces and situations. You don't want to subject it to normal capitalistic marketplace decisions. You kind of set a mark for it to protect it, like a union would, or that is, government intervention, socialism. Yeah, I mean it participates in this process too. I mean, I don't know. It's I think there could be an argument for doing it in a way because based upon the nature of the industry and its importance in maintaining integrity and its at least the product that it makes. Forget about what corporate does with the profits, but if they stay true to that, that's a big part of it. So like they're not screwing people over and selling them defective stuff that maybe cause people's lives to end sooner or whatever, whatever the circumstances, these sort of things. So. Yes. There's a broad range of issues when you talk about corporate integrity, ethics, and stuff like that, morals, whatever. So at least operate to the best interest of your consumers. Don't make them a part of your, corporate, cuts and cost decisions. Never let that be a factor. That should be law. Like medicine or food or whatever. Should be held to the highest accountability. Billions of dollars you're making off it, you should be. Yeah. It's like, hey, I make enough money. Let's put some of this back into this community of need. Yeah. So let's make this delicious, good product, say if you're a food producer. But let's make it, healthy and contaminated with other preservatives type of stuff's in it. I guess micro radiation I understand that's a pretty effective way of I say increasing shelf life, say for example of food staples, meat, whatever. And I mean, I'm not a scientist, and somebody else may know more about this. But some of the earlier stuff I'd heard about, bits or pieces about it, is that in my mind it didn't seem like it affected the product. It affected in a non-negative way. Now, maybe other things have been found out about these processes that I haven't been made aware of. But at the time, it seemed like this stuff was pretty safe. It wasn't going to be radioactive or anything like that. It was just a process in radiating, and it just creates a more resistant to bacterial attack and stuff like that. But that's it. Those sort of things. can help us produce healthier, chemically contaminated foods, which really do affect our nervous systems, probably more than anything else. It creates mental illness. Yeah, it's just the chemicals you put in your body. Just think about it. This all, if it's something designed to prevent life from proceeding on, then it destroys that low-level stuff, bacteria, whatever, or whatever other contaminants that can be in a food supply. And then now it's residing in there. Now, what it did to that life? Was it going to do this life that you're putting in your body? I don't know. Maybe it's benign and it's not a big factor, or it's a little factor, or maybe it's a bigger factor than we want to acknowledge. I don't know. I'm not a scientist on this stuff. I'm just asking the question. So, I think that's where with the future, with all the craziness that's going on, this craziness and this upset, this mental imbalance that's existing in society, is going to, people are going to start just saying, what the fuck was I doing? What the fuck was I thinking? Holy shit. Your analytical skills will increase through this next wave. And pretty soon you're going to start making connections instead of just going to some kind of a plug-in response. And you'll start really analyzing and looking at it and trying to understand it. Well, the intelligent ones of us will. And then you're going to make connections and logical conclusions. You say, yeah, it's not like a religion where you just say something and it's supposed to be when it may not in fact be, but you accept that. It's the same thing. It's like you got to question everything that just doesn't feel right to you. You should be, be open and, enjoying this beautiful universe we live in. And doing it in a positive and loving way. So let's all join in on this. It's it's the most wonderful thing you could have imagined. There's not a higher moral ground that exists than at this level, and you have the most lovely, beautiful life you can imagine. And just about everything you might want to do. No limitations. All you have to do is just turn on the love. It's literally, it's like, just start loving your neighbor. Just loving this universe we live in. It's like saying, wow, look at this all given to us. All that's given to us. This beautiful planet. Can you imagine it? Just given to us. And it should be available and free to every living human being that lives on this planet. Along with, the most generous and open-heartedness towards our, wildlife and our pets and our animals. And, even to the extent of how we can benefit from the lower forms of life that exist on our planet. Every one of us is really a product of this universe. So it's all kind of soul-born, in a manner of speaking. Every microscopic particle of life is just a part of this universe. We are all part of this universe. So anyway, getting off the back, But we'll talk more on this later.